95% of the businesses fail. If someone is going to want to start in the business world, it's going to be way better for them to buy something that has a proven track record, that has income, that has customers, that has a brand, that has been in business for a while, because they're like reducing the risk of their investment and of the time that they're going to invest. And at that point, they're going to buy something that it's already working, that it's
Yeah.
already making money, and all they have to do is actually learn how to run it.
Attention marketers and entrepreneurs, this is Valuetising, the place where we talk about scaling brands worth promoting. If you're a mission-driven entrepreneur obsessed with creating, scaling, and exiting multi-million-dollar brands, this is for you. My name is Santiago Phoenix and I am a business growth consultant, online marketer, and investor. I have helped more than 100 7- and 8-figure founders increase profits, claim their time back, and transform the world. Now it's your turn. Welcome to the show. Hello and welcome to Valuetising. My guest today is Yelitza Mora, a private investor, CEO, and growth strategist. Yelitza is the co-founder of BuildTx Solutions, a construction company that provides home remodeling services in Dallas, Texas. She also invests in companies and mentors business owners to grow, scale, and exit their companies. Yelitza, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Thank you so much. I've been following you for a while, and I have to say that one of the things that really attracted me to you is that you have a very strong brand. I wanted to ask you, like, part of this brand is that you are always networking with other people. Why do you think that's so important? You always seem to be networking with other people in your space.
It's because, it's what people say, your network becomes your net worth. And sometimes when you surround yourself by powerful, smart, successful, driven individuals, it's just like it rubs off on you, okay? And so for me, that's one of the lessons that I wanted to learn and implement as soon as I learned it. It's because I know where I want to go. And for me to go there, I don't have to do it alone. And I'm just gonna make sure that if I connect with the right people, that connection and the network and the things that we talk about and the way that it carries out, it's going to help me grow faster, scale faster, and get where I want to go in a more accelerated way. And also because it's kind of hard to find people that can relate to you after you start growing as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. It can be very lonely. And
Yeah.
so that's why you see so many entrepreneurs trying to connect with a tribe, a group of people that can understand them, that can understand what they're going through, that can understand their pain points, their worries, because it's not easy. It's not easy running businesses. It's very stressful. And it's like people say, right? Like you get the blessing, but you are always going to get the burden. So for those two reasons, number one, it's because they're going to help you accelerate the growth and the success that you're going to have. And number two, because they understand you. So it's just like part of humans crave connections. So it's being a part of a tribe that can actually help you and understand you. It's super important for me. So that's why you always see me connecting, networking, making friends, and kind of like trying to help people and get them to help me as well. Because it's a two-way street.
Yeah, that's great. And how did you start networking when you were just starting out?
I started back in, I believe it was 2017, 2018. But when I started networking on the real estate space. So real estate investing, real estate communities, investors, brokers, and all of that, because I was very heavily involved in that. But I didn't, when that happened, I just didn't want to put myself on I only do real estate and I'm only going to hang with these people, because I wanted more out of life. So I wanted people that thought like an entrepreneur and that saw things in a different manner. So that's when I started seeking different groups to be a part of. I was like, okay, I love real estate. It's one of my backgrounds. It's a super strong background, but I wanted to connect with business people, business individuals, like say it, marketing, e-commerce, like
Yeah.
any type of business owner, not just the real estate. But I started with real estate. I just didn't want to put myself in that corner of this is the only thing I do. I wanted it to be more broad. I wanted it to be, I'm a businesswoman. And so I want to connect with business owners and business minded people. So that's when I started like diversifying the networking and the connections that I started making.
I love that. Yeah, and you have like so many you have various projects. Like I know you,
Mm.
yeah, you are a CEO, you are an investor, but you invest both in real estate and businesses. You also are a mentor, a coach. How do you manage to do all these things?
Delegating. So one of the things that we are always striving for is when you want to grow and you want to do many things, you have to learn how to delegate because that's going to multiply your output, right? So if you want to go buy businesses, if you want to go buy real estate, if you want to go do many things, if you want to be involved in many opportunities, it's impossible for a human being to be able to do everything. So what you have to do is when you get to a certain point, you have to find the right people that are going to be for you and that are going to help you accelerate faster. So you become the strategist, you become the visionary, you become the person that it's like, this is the way that we're going to take, this is the path that we're going to follow. And then you have the different people saying, okay, depending on what you need, we're going to find people that can help us get there faster. So that's why delegating is so important because when you find the people that can support that dream, you're going to get there faster and you can multiply yourself. Basically what you want to do is you want to multiply your output, the amount of work that you can get out there. So that's why you see me doing all of these things because I'm always hiring. I don't know if you see, I'm
Yeah.
always like, I'm looking for marketing talent, AI technology implementators. I'm looking for project managers. I'm looking for CEOs. I'm looking for all of that because we are growing so fast and I want to literally go buy all these businesses. So if it's only me, I'm capped.
Yeah.
But if I have all this amazing team behind me, then we can accelerate faster and then we can get more output for the amount of work that we have to do.
Amazing. All right. And in terms of your investments, I saw that you focus on family-owned businesses in Texas, in Dallas,
Yes.
more specifically.
Yeah.
Are they all construction related, or what's like your criteria?
At the moment, yes, because that's like where I have my anchor companies. It's in the construction industry. So those are the ones that I try to buy. So I go after electrical companies, landscaping businesses, marketing companies that only service home services opportunities, or HVAC, roofing companies, because I want to build a solid foundation within that space. And then we can start just playing around and kind of seeing what's out there. But for the time being, yes, those are the opportunities that we're looking for. Maybe eventually down the road, we can just go ahead and start finding something else.
Amazing. Yeah, yes. Um, well, Yelitza, I want to ask you something more personal. Is
Yeah.
I'm from Colombia. You are from
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela, and I know that you started as a consultant in corporate America. Um, and we all have our limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Any person, like no matter what who they are. Did you ever struggle with this when you were just starting out as an entrepreneur, as an investor, and kind of like what do you do to overcome that? Yeah, those limiting beliefs.
Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that everyone has like the imposter syndrome, and then you have to kind of
Exactly.
like work on believing in yourself.
Yeah.
But I think no, because I've always known what I wanted to do. So the moment I stepped foot in the US, I was about 20. I used to come here a lot because I was a speed skater before, like a roller speed skater.
Oh,
So I would
really?
come here, train, and then go compete all around the world. So that's how I kind of
Oh,
like started getting into the US. But when I got here, that I was like, okay, I'm going to stay in the US. I always knew I was going to be a successful businesswoman. So that was my path. And it's like I was saying yesterday, when you believe, there's nothing in your way. You just get up every day and you do it. The limiting beliefs come when you start thinking, how big can I get? How far can I go? Right?
Yeah.
Because we're like, so like, oh, I'm only going to be able to build this little itty bitty business, and that makes me a businesswoman. But it's like, but why can I not build a multi-million-dollar company or a nine figure company? Why not? So that's where the disconnect is. It's like, can I get there? Yes, everyone can. How can we get there? So that's where the that when you said the limiting beliefs comes for us, like maybe Latinos or people that come here, it's like,
Yeah.
how far can we go? Can we build a business? Yes, pretty much everyone can build a business. Can the business survive past 5 years? Yeah, I mean, if you make it after 5 years, you have a good likelihood. 95% of new businesses fail. So if you are part of the 5%, how big can you get your business? How far can you go? How big of of a corporation are you going to have? Will you be stuck working in the business 24/7 like a lot of people do, or would you be able to actually scale it and make it a massive corporation to the point where you're literally dominating a marketplace? So I think that's where my imposter syndrome have come. It's just like, how can I get to those levels of, organization where they have thousands of employees and thousands of people working, and then they're just so big that it's just super crazy. People don't even know who the owners are. So I think that's where it comes, like the fear and the, oh my God, are we going to be able to do it? But when people believe in their goal and their dream and where they need to be in life, I think that overcomes anything that you might be having, like the doubts and the fears and the whatever it is, because it just doesn't matter at that point, because you believe in yourself so much that you just get up and do it. So I think that's where it comes for me. It's just like a matter of, can we get there? What do we need to do to get there? Because I have massive dreams and I have massive goals, and sometimes it's frustrating
Yeah.
because I wish I could be there. I could go there faster, but we just have to do what we have to do and just try to, control our minds as to the point where we're like, yes. I mean, if people can do it. It's just a matter of how fast can you do it, who can help you, and learning that we don't have to do everything alone. That's one of the problems that most
Oh, yes.
Latin American people have, right? We come from a mindset of a scarcity, of everything is scarce and we don't have enough resources, and no, you just have to do it all alone because people are going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And that is a mindset that probably you don't find here in the US, because people love to collaborate. They love to help you. They love to support you. And so for us, sometimes that's like a disconnect where we're like, wait, what? So, but I embrace that mindset and that, abundant mindset of people here in the US. And I think that's been super helpful for me to actually believe that I don't have to do this alone, and we can scale faster if we collaborate with people.
That's amazing. Were you always like this driven? Because you mentioned you were before doing skate, like professional skating.
Yes, yes. I've always been, it's just like I started skating when I was very little. I was like 4 years old. So I've always had that drive, discipline, focus for a goal, right? So sometimes when I don't have a goal to go towards, it's very hard for me, because since I was little, we always were doing, we're going to train this hard, we're going to do this, we're going to wake up, we're going to follow this process because we're going to go compete in this national meet, or we're going
Yeah.
to go do a World Cup, or we're going to do, I don't know, Pan Am Games or something. So there was always something that we were striving for. So that made me really competitive and laser focused to go after a goal. But right now I have to create that, because I
Yeah.
don't have coaches anymore. I don't have trainers anymore in the sense of when I was a skater, right? So now I am my own coach and trainer and guide, where I'm like, okay, well, maybe now in the next few years, we're going to hit $100 million in sales, let's say. What do we need to do to get there? So everything we're doing every single day is towards that goal. How many businesses do we have to buy? How big can we get our mothership company? Can we scale? Can we replicate what we're doing in different markets? Because if we can replicate what we're doing in Dallas, let's say in Austin, Houston, and different and Fort Worth, we're going to be able to probably hit 40 million. So those are the things
Yeah.
that
Wow.
I brought with me from when I was a skater. It was just like the focus, the goal driven person that I was, I still am, but in business. And now it's just not, we're competing against time. When I was a speed skater, now I'm competing against, well, time and money, because we're hitting goals, net revenue goals. So yes, you can being an athlete is super beneficial for when you come into the business world, because it's the same thing. It's very painful,
Yeah.
it's very stressful, and you're always, every day, you're training for something. When you were an athlete, you're training to beat the time. When you're a business owner, you're getting ready to get to a certain goal. It could be hiring more people, streamlining your business, making it more profitable, growing revenues. I don't know, whatever dream and goal you have as a business owner.
Yeah. So you are like a business athlete.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you like, how do you keep focus when when you have so many opportunities, and you have also very big dreams? How do you say no, this is what I'm here to do, and not kind of get distracted with other opportunities?
I think that's like the most difficult part as to what we do, because we get so many things thrown at ourselves, right? Like, oh, we got this business opportunity. Oh, now we're gonna do this. Oh, there's this mastermind opportunity you can do, or you can launch this podcast. So I think, for I have realized that when I literally focus on the one thing,
Hmm.
we go faster and we get better faster. Because before, I was good at many things, but I wasn't an expert or a killer in one. So I was like, okay, no. If we have a home services company that is extremely successful, why don't we just go ahead and focus on exploiting that and growing that component as far and as big as we can? So for me right now, the only deals and business opportunities that I'm going after are the ones that help me hit that goal. So I'm very focused on because I
Yeah.
know if I get distracted, I'm not gonna get there fast.
Yeah.
But if I get focused and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this company because it helps me fulfill the purpose that we have, which is like hitting the $100 million in the next 3 years. So I have that goal. We have to only go after the things that are going to help us get better in that goal. So I just see it. I've seen it. When I was distracted, it was just a mess.
You know the
But now
price.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy because most entrepreneurs are ADHD. So we have like attention deficit disorders, and
Totally.
we have like the shiny object syndrome. We want to do it all. But for me, it's like I can get to do what I still like, but within my area of expertise. So instead of going like 100 miles that way, we're going 100 miles. So that makes us experts. That makes us the people that are going to dominate a specific market. That makes us the niche people, right? So when people think about home services and when people think about luxury residential construction, I want them to think about us. And for us to get that, and for us to do that, we have to focus. We have to focus on becoming the best. And you become the best not by going after everything, but by staying in your lane. Eventually, you're going to be able to, be business agnostic, like Rowan.
Yeah.
He can do anything he wants, but it took him a while for him to get there. So eventually, we're going to get there. But for right now, for what we want to build, I have to stay lazy focused. It's not without difficulty, though, because it's something that I have to work on every single day.
Yeah. Wow, I like that honesty.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
knowing what you know now about acquisitions, would you have started your business from scratch if you, yeah.
No, I don't think so. It's well, no, I don't think I would, but sometimes I say yes, I would. Because but it's just not about acquisitions. It's just like I think right now I'm in a better position as a business owner. So if I wanted to start a business, I could,
Yeah.
and it would probably be successful because of the things that we know for being in business so long, right? But would I start a business with what I know right now? No, because it's just easier to buy something and leverage the income, leverage the thing that they've built, leverage the fact that they already have customers. So basically, you're just buying an income producing machine that you can tweak and fix really fast and make it grow even further. So no, I wouldn't start another business. Could I start another business? Yes. Would I start another business? Absolutely not. I just prefer to buy something and then just tweak it, make it better, and get that income coming ASAP.
Like even if it's your first business, if it were your first business, would you recommend to buy instead of build?
If they have the means, absolutely, because they're gonna buy the income. They're gonna buy the income, and they're just gonna reduce the risk of actually owning a business. It's very hard to start a business and to make it profitable.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, 95% of the businesses fail. It's horrible. Not a lot of people get to experience, the profitability of a business or the amazing things that come when you actually scale something. So if, let's say, if someone is going to want to start in the business world, it's going to be way better for them to buy something that has a proven track record, that has income, that has customers, that has a brand, that has been in business for a while, because they're like reducing the risk of their investment and of the time that they're going to invest. And at that point, they're going to buy something that it's already working, that it's already making money, and all they have to do is actually learn how to run it. But yes, no, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't start another business. I'm at this point right now. I want a roofing company, and I was like, the other day we were thinking, we're like, should we start it, because we already have the brand, we have the following, we have everything. And I was like, absolutely not. Let's buy something that's already working, and all we have to do is just tweak it here and there and make it grow even better.
Yeah, but that's because you're thinking like an investor.
Yes.
People think
Yes.
as more from their insecurities. Like, no, I have never managed a big business. I don't have the experience. I don't have X, Y, and Z. I don't have the money for the down payment. It's something that I know many people in the Epic community, they still struggle with that. Like, how do I get my foot on the door? Things like that.
Right, right. I think, well, for to buy a business, you don't have to have your own money, right? Like you can just collaborate with people and raise that money if you need the down payment. What you have to have is either someone that might have the know-how to operate, maybe try to keep someone that is running the business right now to train you and to walk you through what the actual ins and outs of running a business would look like. Or maybe the first one doesn't have to be massive. It can be just something that it's going to give them business acumen. It doesn't have to be a massive business. It could be something that can get their foot on the door, where they can, minimize the amount of exposure or risk that they're going to have, but that it's going to teach them how to run a business, what to look for in the financial models, how to acquire customers, how to fulfill those customers, how to innovate so you guys can get more profit centers going and stuff like that. Because it have to be massive business. Obviously for me, right now I'm looking for companies that are in the 7 to 8 figure mark, because I already know how to run those businesses, so it's easier. But if I wouldn't know, I would probably go for a car wash, a laundromat, a convenience store, something small.
Yeah.
A little itty bitty e-commerce store, or I don't know, like a small digital marketing agency, something that it's small, that I can reduce the risk. Vending machines, so many things that are out there that can help people get that business acumen going, so they can have the confidence to go after bigger deals in the next round.
Yeah. So just going back to that, to being an athlete, you need to start with push-ups before doing something more complicated.
Yes. So but it's all about mindset, like what you said, Santiago, because I've heard of investors, let's say, in the real estate community, that their mindset was different, because some people let's start with one house, let's say, either buying a rental or buying one flip or buying the one. And some investors are like, oh, I just did 100 deals in my first year. And they were like, why? Because
Yes,
no
I've
one
seen
told me
that.
that I needed to start with one.
Yeah.
So it's just about mindset, right? It's like, how can you control that monkey brain telling you that it's not possible, and how can you focus on how can I make it possible? If I buy this business, what is it that I have to do? Well, find a good operator, understand numbers. If you don't understand numbers, you're not going to succeed. So I think that would be one of the best business rules that I could give anyone. It would be, you need to learn how to understand numbers. If you understand the P&L, if you know how to read that, if you know how to read the most important component of a company, which is the financial component, you're going to be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's amazing. And embracing collaborations, like you said, like
Yes.
it doesn't have to be us.
No, it's like we I don't know if it's because we're Latinos. I don't know if it's because we come from a very scarce culture and mindset. No offense, we both are from, I mean, Colombia and Venezuela, and I see the difference, but we don't have to own 100% of everything.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have to be that way. And I wish people would understand that. It's hard. It's hard to change that mindset and to do that tweak, but it's possible. And once you learn that, you excel, you grow faster. It's just like the output, it's 10,000 fold, because you can scale faster, you can grow faster, you can get into more deals and more opportunities, because that's what you're going to start attracting, abundance.
Yeah. And for everybody listen, I want you to keep in mind, like, Yelitza is living proof of this. It's like you're not just talking about this, but you have done this, because I read your story, like how you started the company with your sister, and I think his partner, and it was all from scratch, but
yeah,
it's because you were just believing in yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to. It's like I said, yes, there are times where you're going to feel like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? It's normal. Everyone goes through that, like the doubting moments and the times where you're like, dude, why is it so hard? But then everything can be fixed. Everything has a solution. So you just keep going. You just keep going, and you just keep getting better, and you can just keep navigating the waters of how can we get better? How can we grow? And how can we take our business to the next level? I'm always thinking about that. How can we go to the next level? And you have to level up your relationships, the things that you do, the amount of action you take, everything has to be, you have to vibrate at that amount of work and level and things that you have to do to get to where you want to go.
Are you looking for ways to grow your business faster? I have created a free masterclass that explains the 5 levels of exit every entrepreneur must go through, and by the way, selling your company is only one of them. The 8 biggest reasons why businesses get stuck and fail and how to avoid them, and a proven framework to turn your business into an asset so you can achieve faster profits and limitless impact with less stress and overwhelm in the process. If you would like to turn your small or medium-sized business into a valuable, sellable enterprise, this class is definitely for you. Just go to myplantoscale.com to get access now. Now, back to the show. Amazing. Yeah, just the last 2 questions. First of all, M&A versus real estate. If you could share some thoughts about that. And where can people find you?
Okay, so I love both strategies for you to grow. That when you're an investor and you get to a point in life, diversification is key, right? So real estate, obviously, you have an asset. In real estate, as a business owner, you can leverage to offset your tax liability. It's going to give you depreciation. You can get some cash flow. You have an asset with you. And when you pay off, I mean, you have your home, you have your business, you're building, you have whatever it is that you invest in. It's real estate. 90% of the richest people in the world own real estate. So it's just a safe bet. Business, on the other hand, I mean, the people that have net worth over $5 million, they all own businesses. So it's just a cash cow machine. It's a thing that you can literally get in for zero money out of pocket. You know that. You just raise money, and then your returns are unlimited. You have unlimited opportunity to make money. With real estate, it's limited, right? There is so much money you can get out of, let's say, a house,
Yeah.
or there is so much money you can get out of, I don't know, you can push it, but how far can you push it? But with a business, you can take a business from 8 figure to 9 figures to $1 billion. So just like the amount of opportunity that you have as a business owner is just unlimited. So that's why I love investing in businesses. I love buying businesses because you're not tied to a specific area. You can literally like spend that as big as you want. You can take it anywhere. You can work from anywhere. So I think I will always be buying real estate and buying businesses because it's just I love real estate.
Yeah.
It's my cup of tea. It's what I do. I flip many houses. I develop many houses. I have rentals and Airbnbs and all of that. So I will always fall for real estate because I love it as a tax strategy more than I love it as it's a tax strategy. And then businesses because I'm a businesswoman and I love creating and getting my hands dirty and putting people in place and helping make things better. It's very dynamic. Owning a business is very dynamic, and I love dynamic things. So I will always go for both buying businesses and buying real estate. But right now, probably I'm not going to be buying homes anymore. I'll get into the commercial world.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. So I think that's a goal for the next few years is just to move into the commercial side of things.
Yeah. And I know
I'll still do residential, but holding commercial.
Yeah. And I know Texas is growing so fast. So there must be so many opportunities there.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Where can people find more about you, Yelitza?
I'm heavily active on Instagram. So at Yelitza Mora, that's where they can find me if they want to connect with me, if they want to send me a DM, if they want to see what I share. I share about everything. I mean, business, investing, how to scale and grow companies, my day-to-day, the things that I'm working on, what is it that I look for when I look for in a deal or people to hire. So if they want to connect with me, they can just go ahead and connect with me on Instagram and send me a DM that they found me through your podcast. That way I can know where they're coming from and I can give them all the tips and tricks that they're looking for.
Yeah. And I love that you are a female in this space, which is something very needed.
Yes, it's not normal. It's not the common, a lot of females are the ones that support, but we need to change that. We need to change the narrative. We need to push them to go out there and actually start working on their dreams as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed the show, hit the share button and send it over to one fellow marketer or entrepreneur. We work hard to make sure they'll thank you for it. Also, to get featured on the show, go to Valuetising.com and apply to become our next guest. Until next time, keep Valuetising.